Hello, welcome to my channel. So what I like to do is obviously do a plan with me with you guys so that you can see how I'm actually planning my weeks. So I use a passion planner, small size. I got the marble one for this one. It is the yearly one starting on Monday. Let me just put this clip right here because you know it. It's chunky, it's good. So I love having these post-its. This is just a way for me to know what's happening for this upcoming week so that I know what I need to do, put on here as far as utilizing the time blocker that this planner has. So for this week, I'm actually going to be using some of Passion Planner's stickers. So I kind of pulled out a few of them from their books. So I'm going to be utilizing these. And then of course I have my icons that I'm still very much obsessed with. So love adding these. And I just got these two new washi tapes with these grid colors. So I'm going to be mixing and matching throughout this planner spread with all of these. But first things first, I definitely need to white out a little bit because I know that these washi tapes are semi-transparent, so I want to make sure that they don't show the black part underneath. So let's do that. Now that that's done, the first thing I'm actually going to be doing is covering these up with these washi tapes. So I'm kind of going to mix and match and add a few things with the stickers. But this is going to be the first part that I'm going to do for this weekly spread. So I'm just going to take a moment, do this really quick, and get back. before I get into decorating and doing all those things, I'm actually going to go ahead and add in the stuff for my time blocking, all the things that are happening this week. And of course I do follow those post-its, kind of like I mentioned before, just because it does help me make sure that I have everything that is actually happening this week. And plus, one of the biggest things that I've learned with planning, and especially something like this where I'm able to time block, it is so beneficial to be able to see everything laid out in one, let's say one page or one spread, because then you're able to see where you have that extra time for extra things. You can see how you're utilizing your time to, let's say, your advantage, or even adding things that you thought you didn't even have time for. But in reality, when you take a look at everything and lay it all out, you actually do have considerable time in your day. So one of the biggest things that I've learned, again, is when it comes to time blocking, make sure that you actually do utilize all the spaces, or see how it is that your time is being used, and make sure that you are adding the things that, you know, bring you joy. Make sure that you're doing actual fun stuff, not just all the serious things when it comes to planning out your day and your life. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up this really quick. I am doing color blocking just because it does, you know, visually help me be able to identify what days are which and how I'm using my time. So I obviously use these icons as well, but it's just a way for me to identify what's happening really quick and then in depth when I actually sit down and get things done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up really quick. actually wanted to jump in and talk a little bit because, okay, let's be real, life happens. Even when we do have things scheduled out like this or blocked out times, you know what you're supposed to be doing in the day. Things happen, and that is 100% okay. That is what life is all about. But the important thing is to be able to pick up wherever it is that you left off or adjust it to fit a different day. Honestly, this past week was not so much according to my planner. Let's be real. But I made it work because I moved things around, made sure that things fit into whatever it is that I was going through, whatever things were happening, and that is okay. It's just a learning curve and picking up again wherever you left off. Okay, now that everything is laid out, planned out in my blocked out schedule, I'm gonna go ahead and do the quote of the week. Again, this is just something for me to have a little bit more fun and creativity and choose something that I kind of want to focus on for the week. It's just a reminder of what I'm looking at, what's happening, and how I'm feeling. So I'm just gonna draw it out and then obviously ink it back in. So this section on the left hand side, this is where I do kind of like a habit tracker for my coaching business. Yes, even though I started this new job, it does not mean that I stopped my old job. So I'm kind of mixing and matching throughout the week to be able to do both jobs. So this is just a way for me to keep track of things, especially since I have clients. I want to make sure that they are on track. So it's just a great way for me to track myself and how I'm doing with my business. So I'm just going to finish this up really quick. bottom section here, these past few weeks I've been using it as like a recovery tracker, but in all reality, it's not my thing anymore. And that's the thing about this planner. You can use it however it is that suits you, fits you, whatever feels good for you. So I'm actually going to be using this little sticker here. It actually has a blank space, so in case I want to jot down extra notes, whatever it is, I do have it. Plus it's pretty. So changing things up this week, especially with that section on the bottom, just because I am changing things, you know, it wasn't my thing anymore. So what I'm gonna do now is actually go ahead and have some fun with more stickers from these pages that, you know, spark joy, feels good. While I'm adding these stickers, they're actually these ones that say to do, so I'm actually going to use them this week for my to-do list. Again, this is something that I love doing for every single week, at least having these mini to-dos for each day instead of actually having a giant to-do list, because at least for me, if I were to see a giant to-do list, it is so dang overwhelming. So I like to spread them out throughout the week so that, you know, it's a little bit of each day instead of one giant one that obviously things get rolled over to the next week and the following week. So I'm just going to be adding these little to-do lists throughout the week, especially since these stickers actually have these little labels. Okay, let me put these markers away really quick, but this is the spread for the week. So this is for September 12 to 18. I have everything that I need in here, from, listing out my gratitude, this little section down here, don't know yet, my quote of the week, all of my goals. Yes, it says to do, but let's be real, it's my goals. And I'm just excited for this week. I am slowly getting used to this new schedule with these 3 12-hour shifts. They do alternate every single week, but I'm getting there slowly and surely. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you here next week. Bye.